Now, even Nico Williams surprised me because I thought Nico Williams was a bit of a Jeremy Doku type player, but Nico Williams has got something about him. Yeah, if you look at the makeup of England's team, yeah,
Yeah.
you've got Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, two players who are not really good in possession. Phil Foden is, yeah. Bukayo Saka's a bit in between. Harry Kane obviously drops deep and hasn't really got the legs to be that comfortable anymore, I would say. And then you got Kobe Minu, who is. So there's a mix and match of players. At the end of the day, I said to you guys before the tournament started, yeah, I said if England want to do well, they have to play Foden in the 10, play Eze, and get rid of Drew Bellingham from that lineup.
They played
Remember,
Foden in the 10.
remember me saying that?
They played Foden in the 10 more than once and got nothing from him.
Right.
So I wait, okay, hold on. If I'm being consistent now,
Mm,
I'm saying here right now
mm.
that if we had a better manager, yeah, for the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years, 6 years that Southgate's been manager, whatever it is, no, let's say for the past 4 years, let's say we got rid of Southgate a while ago and instilled the way of playing within the team, yeah, reflective of what is trained throughout the country, you would see it on the pitch. When I was going to some lower league teams over here when I first came over, yeah, I was training with some of these teams, and as I'm kicking ball with them, I could see the difference from how they trained to how training and football was taught in England when I was younger.
Mm.
I could see the big difference, and I noticed the similarity from that level going all the way up to the national team and the top leagues and the top teams in the league. Yeah. Now in England, we've changed the way that we train our youth. We changed the way that football looks in the lower leagues. It comes slightly more similar to what you'd see in the top, in the top now, like how everyone copied the Pep style, or they will copy, the popular Chelsea style. So from formations to ways of defending, pressing, all of those things that have come into the country over the past 10 years, yeah, you will see reflected across most levels of football, except the national team. Now, for our national team, we almost have the impression that national teams and international teams can't have systems and styles of play because they don't train with each other enough. But we can go and look at Uruguay. You can see their unique and particular style. You can see Colombia's. You can see Argentina's. You can see it with Italy. You can see it with Spain. You can see it with France. You can see it with Holland. You can see it with all of these other teams. And we have players on paper who are better than the majority of these squads, except we just never see it for the National League. So then I can't. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna say now that I can't blame all the players as much as I would like to. I'm mainly going to blame the management and the coaching of the squad. I think it's been piss poor from when I heard the Calvin Phillips comment.
Yeah.
Mm.
That showed me everything I need to know. Okay, I said before, yeah, that there's a chance England can win it 2-1 because we have a bunch of clutch players. I only have the confidence of saying that because I've seen these players for their clubs. Declan Rice, for example, even though we may see him as for England not being good in possession, for Arsenal he is. So we've seen these players do that. So I can turn around and say, okay, certain moments I can see England having a good couple moments, and they could have done it yesterday. Yeah. They played within themselves for some reason, and they played a weird style that doesn't suit any of them. So then I can't honestly turn around and say, okay, it's just the players. No, it's the squad selection, it's the management, and it's the system. Whatever plan Southgate has in his head is nonsense. I've got people judging whether Trent can be in midfield because of going by Southgate's nonsense, trying to make him play like Calvin Phillips. So then how?
Put it this way, yeah. We know that this management is inept. We know that, yeah. Some of the
Mhm.
players don't step up when they need to. As I said, Cole Palmer should have been starting this tournament ahead of any of them three. I said that from the start. You know what I mean?
Why though? Why wasn't he started though?
Because Southgate has favourites. That's why. I also said before the tournament started, he's trying to fit in because the hype in this country is around Saka, Foden, Harry Kane, and Bellingham. And what Southgate done foolishly was try to fit all them into the same team. There's no balance there. Because at the end of the day, a ruthless manager, yeah, just says, look, one of you, maybe two of you are sitting out the game.
Who
Because
does who
at the
does
day,
England build up around?
say again,
Who does in build up? Who does England rely on for build up?
they try and do it through Declan Rice. But Declan Rice,
Stones and Declan Rice.
yeah, but if we're talking about in midfield, they try to do it through Declan Rice. Declan Rice ain't good enough to do that. He ain't that type of player. Declan Rice is someone that wins the ball back and then plays it back off. But him again, he thinks he's better on the ball than what he is. Kobe Minu, as I said, he's inexperienced in that team, and he was left to struggle because there's no cohesion in that team. The only player he can be cohesive with is someone like Phil Foden because they're on the same level of
Because I heard people saying that Rice and Mainoo works well together. I looked at it and said they don't.
No, they don't. They don't really. It's because Declan Rice takes too long. Funny enough, actually, Calvin Phillips would probably work better with Mainoo than what Declan Rice would. Because if you look at Declan Rice takes too long on the ball, whereas Calvin Phillips, especially playing for Man City as well, Calvin Phillips is more likely to get the ball and give it. But Declan Rice wants to, dilly-dally on the ball. And then when he does play the ball, that man's already marked.
So you remember when we was talking about the Jude Bellingham height, yeah?
Yeah.
Rodri is the best player in his position in the world right now.
Yeah? Easily.
But like streets ahead.
Yeah.
But coming towards the end of the season, people were saying that Rice was better than or as good as Rodri. Yeah, so there was mad hype there, and the expectation hasn't lived up to it.
Let me stop you there. Yeah, the only people that were saying that were English fans.
We're English fans. Yeah, we're English fans. That's it. Mainly Arsenal fans. Yeah, I would probably say most likely. Yeah. But in general,
they're clueless
because Arsenal's having a really good season. They built up a bunch of hype. Now, when you look at the England team, and if I say, okay, how do we build up? And it's obviously through Declan Rice and Stones. Part of the team is formed around that. That was one of the biggest issues England had was the way we built up. Going forward, it's built around a few other things. One being Harry Kane, shoehorned in there. The only player shoehorned into that team.
It's built more trust me. I think it's built more around Bellingham now than it is Kane.
How?
Because I think because you're saying Kane because Kane's the central striker. Yeah.
Nah, I'm saying Kane because before Bellingham was brought into the team, yeah, we built up and played in a very similar way. But when we had Grealish and everyone else, yeah, we would still play in a very, very, very similar way. I used to watch England and I used to be like, why is it I'm always seeing Saka come over to this side? Like, why is it that we overload in this way and try and hem teams in? Which is why I said that, about that tactic earlier on. That's his tactic, is to overload forward areas and when you hem teams in, yeah? And to beat the offside trap and cut it back or something like that. That's Gareth Southgate's ideal play, for example. So when I saw him bring Bellingham in, Bellingham got brought in because Bellingham was playing really well for Madrid. And he had a lot of hype around him. Kane is the only one in that system who is shoehorned into that system.
I don't
the only one who is actually shoehorned.
I don't agree. And I'll tell you why I don't agree, yeah? Is because for me, yeah, I wouldn't play Harry Kane anyway. I'd play Ivan Toney. I've always said that, yeah. Because
but then how can you say that and then say he's not being shoehorned into it?
No,
he's the main one who does not fit.
No, but I'm gonna tell you, yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the makeup of the midfield now, yeah, wasn't the makeup of the midfield before. Because if you're saying Harry Kane's being shooed in into the starting lineup, Harry Kane was there when they had the likes of Sterling and Rashford there. Bellingham wasn't there. Foden wasn't there. Saka was in and out. Yeah. What's happened now is that because of the emergence of Bellingham, Bellingham now in Southgate's eyes has to play. So which means, as I said to you before, you're gonna play a Foden out of position. Anthony Gordon is.
Remember, he never used to start Foden.
Anthony Gordon, who I don't even rate, he don't get game time. Eze, who should be playing, don't get game time. Jack Grealish, who should be in the squad, and I'd play Jack Grealish as a number 10, don't get game time.
So
Cole
you would agree?
Palmer
Would you
doesn't
agree?
get
Would you
game time.
agree? Would you agree that the squad has aged and developed since the time when you would have Rashford and Sterling?
Has he aged?
Yeah, and developed.
No.
So
No, not really.
so
No.
okay, so before you would have had like Rashford and Sterling, and then you have like Saka's a bit older now, Kane's a bit older now. Now he's playing Foden. He never used to play Foden before.
Yeah.
He used to play other players. He used to like flirt with Grealish every now and then. So
Grealish,
like,
Grealish should be a main starter for England.
yo, I'd agree. You should have definitely bought Grealish. But then if I was gonna look at the team, I know he never used to play Foden.
Yeah, yeah.
Now he's playing it because he feels like he has to play him.
Yeah.
He never used to play Bellingham. Bellingham kind of broke him for the last kind of friendlies and internationals. Yeah, just recent. It's more recent.
Yeah.
He's still a young player. He's only 21. Like he's not 24, 25, 26, 27. He's just 21 years old.
Yeah, and he shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be in a lineup. It's as simple as that.
So
It's
okay,
as simple as that.
should Manu be in? I'm gonna do this now. Should Manu be in the lineup?
100%, yes.
Nope. Why? Because he can pass it to one or two people.
No,
How much did he influence the game?
Not even that. Not even that.
How much was he able to influence any of our games?
Not
Did we
even
win
that.
any game because of him?
Not even that, yeah. If you're let's compare the two players, Bellingham and Manu, yeah. Now we say England doesn't have a style of play, yeah. If England wants to have, let's say England want to have a style of play like Spain, yeah. Kobe Manu starts every day of the week.
All right. So what you're saying,
that is a difference.
For a guy who hasn't even got a full season under his belt, if England want to have a style of play, we should build it around him.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
In comparison to Jude,
that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. What I'm trying to say, we've already agreed, yeah, that England don't have a style of play. Yeah. So my point is, if England wanted to play like a Spain, possession based, you need possession based players. Kobe Manu is